the whispering Blue Mountain. High above the towns and busy roads of Jamaica rises the cool, misty world of the Blue Mountains. Up there, the air feels different, colder, quieter, and the clouds move so low across the hills that sometimes it feels like the mountain itself is breathing. 12-year-old Amara knew those mountains better than most people her age. Her family lived on a small hillside coffee farm where rows and rows of bright green coffee plants stretched across the slopes. Every morning before school, Amara helped her grandfather, Papa Ellis, check the coffee trees. "Careful or you walk through the rows," Papa Ellis always said. Amara would laugh. "Papa, I just coffee tree." Papa Ellis would shake his head slowly. "Everything in the mountain alive in its own way, little girl." One Saturday morning, the mist rolled thicker than usual. It crept between the trees and curled around the hillside like soft white smoke. Amara stepped outside and rubbed her arms. "Brrr, this fog's serious today, man." Papa Ellis looked up toward the higher peaks. That was all he said. But Amara noticed something. Papa Ellis only said like that when something interesting was happening. Later that afternoon, Amara walked higher up the mountain path to check a patch of coffee berries that were almost ready for picking. The higher she climbed, the thicker the mist became. The trees grew taller too, giant tree ferns stretching over the path like umbrellas. Suddenly, a soft sound drifted through the fog. Amara stopped. "How that?" The sound came again. Hum. Low, gentle, almost like a deep breath. She turned slowly in a circle. Hello?" The mist shifted slowly between the trees. Then the wind moved through the forest. Leaves rustled, fern swayed, and the sound came again. This time, Amara noticed something. The vibration seemed to come from the ground itself. She looked down and saw a large old rock tucked between two thick tree roots. Curious, she placed her hand on it. It was warm, not sun warm, but deep warm. And beneath her palm, she felt it again, a faint vibration. Amara's eyes widened. She didn't feel afraid, just small, like the mountain had suddenly become much bigger than she ever realized. She sat quietly beside the rock. For the first time, she noticed sounds she had ignored all her life. The rustle of ferns, the hum of insects, the distant flutter of a red-billed string-tail darting between flowers. Even the wind moving through the coffee plants sounded different. Slow, steady, alive. Amara sat there for a long time without speaking, and somehow, without any words at all, she understood something Papa Ellis had been trying to teach her for years. The mountain wasn't just land. It's a whole living world. By the time Amara walked back down the trail, the sun was lowering behind the peak. Papa Ellis was waiting on the veranda when she reached the yard. He studied her face carefully. "Well, no," he said slowly. "You went up high today?" Amara blinked. "How you know?" Papa Ellis smiled and said, "Because you have the same look me did have the first time me really listened to the mountain." Amara froze. "So you did hear it too?" Papa Ellis chuckled softly. "Not with ears alone." He pointed toward the misty hills rising behind their farm. "Up there, if you're quiet long enough, the mountains start tell you things." Amara turned and looked back at the fog rolling across the peak of Blue Mountains. For the first time in her life, she didn't just see hills. She saw something ancient, something patient, something alive. And somewhere deep in the cool green heart of the mountain, the quiet humming drifted through the trees again. Hum. Not speaking, but just a reminder that the mountain is always here.